Hello everybody and welcome to our harvest of the week today. It is February, so it is American Heart Month, and today we are going to be talking about beans, legumes, how they keep your heart healthy, and ways to incorporate them into your daily eating habits. So as we age, our heart is affected by many things that we do in our daily lives, such as how active we are and how much we move, if we choose to smoke cigarettes, what we choose to eat, as well as many other things. So keeping our heart healthy is very important for us to stay strong and help us live longer. Now, there are many foods that help reduce the risk of heart disease, including beans and legumes. Now, beans and legumes provide you a lot of vitamins and minerals, as well as they are a great source of plant-based protein. Getting your protein from plants such as beans and legumes, soy foods, or nuts helps reduce the risk of heart disease by lowering our cholesterol and our triglyceride levels in our blood, as well as lowering our blood pressure. And there are many ways that you can incorporate plant-based proteins into your eating habits with beans and legumes. Now, there are many types of beans and legumes out there. The ones that you might see more often are in our bean section, like our black, our red, or our pinto beans, as well as our soybeans in forms of tofu or edamame. Or for our legumes, you might find them in green or red lentils. Chickpeas can be found dried or canned. Or you might find them in green or yellow split peas or even pigeon peas. Now, there are many benefits to using beans and legumes to cook with, in addition to helping keep our heart healthy. They are very cost effective. They are very easy to prepare. And if you purchase them in the canned version, they are just ready to eat. They are ready to go right out of the can. And they also include a lot of fiber in them, so they really help fill you up. Now, when you're purchasing beans and legumes, you can purchase them either in two ways, in the dried version or in the canned version. Now, the dried is the most cost efficient. This one does need a little bit more prep though, but what's great about it is that they actually increase to about 2 to 3 times their size. So if you see here, these beans can be plumped up after they soak in water for a little bit, and can be about 2 to 3 times their size. So one bag of beans goes a very long way. If you purchase them in the canned version, like I said, they're super easy to use. All you have to do is just drain the can and rinse them, because they can have a lot of added salt in it. So just drain it, rinse it with some water, and you can use them or eat them just as is. Now, to prep your dry beans, you first have to rinse them and pick out any debris. Now, don't get scared about the picking out any debris term, because it really is just a few things that might have ended up after processing them, such as like this little thing here, or even like sticks or anything that might have ended up in the bag. All you have to do is just go through it real fast and pick out anything that looks yucky, basically. And then after that, there are 2 ways that you can prepare them. The first way is the overnight soak, where you basically take your dried beans, you place them in a bowl of water, and then you cover them with water. And you want to cover them with enough water so that they can expand, so they have room to expand while they're soaking. So a general rule of thumb is to take your thumb, put it right where the beans sit in the bowl, right at the top of them, and then start filling it up with water. Now, you want to fill it up with enough water to meet your hand, just about there. And then once we're done, you can push them all down in there, cover them up, and then all we have to do is just place this in the fridge and let it soak overnight or at least up to 12 hours. The second method is called a quick soak. Now, for this method, you're gonna have to have a large pot, enough for the beans to have room to expand while they're cooking. And then you're gonna want your beans and some water and a stove. So for each 1 cup of beans, you're gonna need about 3 cups of water. So if you were to do 2 cups of beans, you need 6 cups of water. So it's about a 3-to-1 ratio of water to beans. So what you're gonna do is that you're gonna take your beans, put them in the pot, cover them with water, put them on the stove, heat them up until they're boiling. Boil them for about 2 to 3 minutes. And then after that, you just remove it, you cover them back up, and you let them sit on the stove off of the heat for about an hour. After that, they are ready to use in your recipe, and they will not take so much cooking time if you did not soak them already. Now, there are lots of recipes where you can use beans and legumes for meat in them. The first way is if you were to use 2 cups of cooked lentils, that can substitute 1 pound of ground beef in many recipes, such as sloppy joes or pasta sauce. The other way is if you were to take your chickpeas or your garbanzo beans, mash them up a little bit, that can replace your chicken in like a chicken salad recipe. And 1 can of chickpeas or garbanzo beans can replace up to 2 cups of chicken. If you were to puree or mash them and add other ingredients to them, like an egg or breadcrumbs, as well as other flavorings, you have a meatless meatball that is just bursting with flavor. Other ideas include just topping your salads with them, seasoning and heating them up and eating them in a tortilla as a taco. You can add them into soups and chilies. If you mash them, you could spread them on tortilla wraps, make them into dips or even hummus with garbanzo beans, and add them to your baked recipes like muffins or brownies. Do you have any other ideas or a favorite recipe that you like to use beans and legumes in? Please share them in the comments so that you can share your ideas with the world. And if you have any questions or comments, please don't hesitate to reach out to us or comment below. Remember to tune in every Tuesday and Thursday at 11 a.m. for more videos like these, and happy Heart Month.